I went to a game reserve in Pilanesburg and I absolutely loved it. For anyone who has no idea where Pilanesburg is, this is Africa. I live all the way down here in South Africa, and Pilanesburg is right over there. From our house to the reserve, it was about a 3.5 hour drive, which, when you think about it, is really not bad for what you're going to see. Realistically, if you leave early enough, you can go there, do a drive, and come back all in the same day. The drive itself is kind of boring, however, it is only 3 hours. There's not much to see at all. It's just road and field. There was a sunflower field that we passed, which was very pretty. But it only starts getting really interesting when you get closer to Pilanesburg. Pilanesburg is a very mountainous area, and the views in the valleys are very pretty. The place that we stayed was called Baku Bum, which means people of the hippo, which was really, really cute, but it also made me very nervous. Because if you know anything about hippos, you do not want to be anywhere close to a wild hippo. But the place itself was really, really cool. All of the houses, the chalets that we stayed in, were in like a U shape, and in the middle was a fenced off grass clearing with a watering hole, which was really, really cool because every day you could watch elephants come to that watering hole, irritate the birds, and leave. And then in the afternoon, they'd come back and drink water again and go on their way. Now, I don't know if this was the same herd of elephants, but it was still a very cool thing to be able to witness. Each unit had its own little outside patio area. There was a braai stand and a braai area. One night I was cooking for my wife and my mother-in-law, and there was just a really nice view, and there was fire, and I just had a really nice time. Felt connected to nature. Man make fire. The first day we got there, we didn't really do anything. We went to reception to confirm the booking. I was not paying attention to any of this. I saw donuts and juice because they had it for new arrivals. The second day had a bit of a weird start. After we got our groceries and were on our way back, mother and daughter were like, hey, let's go for a game drive. Now, I've never been to this park. The only other park that I've been to, we drove in that park for 12 hours straight, so I don't know what was going on. Even though I was the driver of this trip, I felt like a hostage in this situation. But I was fine because if I could afford it, I would go and see these animals every month. Every single month I would go. In the park, we actually got to see a lot of the wildlife that are in the park. And the park isn't necessarily big. It's big, but it's not going to take you 6 to 7 hours just to go to one side. It's not necessarily a big park in comparison to other parks. So as we were driving in the park, we made our first stop. Now, everything about this place was lovely. There's literally only one issue that I have, with this entire experience. I understand that there are certain places there you need to put up a markup on tourists just so you make a little more money from these tourists. It goes towards the eco park, there's a tax on everything. I understand. But what is the point bringing my residential ID to show you that I live 2 hours away if you're still going to charge me tourist prices? Anyway, we entered the park around 2 o'clock. We came out around 5. I didn't want to rush. I didn't want to speed in the park, especially because I needed to get back and I needed to braai for everyone. But the next day, we were ready. We got up early, we packed our food from the night before, made our little parcels of food and things like that, got in the car, we got into the park. I think we were in the park at like 8 o'clock. And this is what I mean when I say we were lucky. The literal first animal we see in this park was this uncle right here. I have never seen a male lion in the wild. This was my first experience ever seeing a male lion in the wild. Now, I don't want to talk about the animals too much. I would just prefer rather to show you everything that we were able to see in this park. After coming back home from what I would consider a very successful, amazing game drive, we just came home and we chilled. I started packing things because we were leaving in 2 days and there were things that I wasn't going to use. So I was like, no, just pack it away. And the next day, I woke up really early, opened up the door, went outside, sat in the nice cool breeze, had some tea with my tea partner, and just like took it in. Like I just enjoyed the view, the mountains, the valley, and there was a zebra and there were elephants. These are things you take for granted and you don't get to see very often. It was very, I love these moments, and it always sucks because coming back from trips like this, I feel so disconnected from everything. Because if I had it my way, I'd go live in like a fire watch tower and be like a ranger and be there for these things and wake up and look at a view every day. And I don't know if it's the photographer in me or if it's just the kid that looked up to Steve Irwin and like would watch him religiously, and I still learn about wildlife religiously. I don't know if it's all about that, but being able to go to these places and document all these things, I think it's so important to me to show just what the natural world looks like. But that was my experience going to Pilanesburg. I'm really excited to go on more adventures and to document the whole thing and showcase what I can do, and if I can, document the wild life around us. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you all in the next video.